let us please welcome, we got one more, we're going to do announcements at the end, but let us please welcome Chris Lane from Spark Street Digital.
Good morning, thanks so much for letting me present this morning. My name is Chris Lane, and I'm part of a live streaming video production company called Spark Street Digital. Basically what we do is share important events with the world through live online video. Our goal is this. We want to make live webcasting accessible to everyone. We want people to be able to afford it. We want organizations to be able to use it. We want it to look good. We want it to be beautiful. We want the actual image that people are seeing to be one that captivates people. And we want to make it simple. People that are doing live events and running live events for organizations, whether that's a trade show or an annual meeting or a product release, a conference, they've got a lot on their plate trying to organize all of that. So the last thing they want is to have a whole other project when you add webcasting to the mix. And that's sort of where we come in. The guy on the right there is Paul, and the lady on the left is Carrie. Both of them work for Spark Street, but Paul is the person that founded Spark Street. And we were founded because we were in the event space, and we were putting on live events, but our experiences with webcasting companies were not so great. The quotes we were getting for one-day webcasts were somewhere in the neighborhood of like $40,000 to $50,000 sometimes. And then the reliability was just not good. Streams were dropping out. The quality of the image was lacking. So there was a lot of frustrations. And Paul thought there's got to be a better way to do this. So he started doing research and started asking the question, what would it look like if we stopped using third-party platforms, third-party vendors, and we brought everything in-house, from the production team to the servers that we stream the video to in the clouds to the actual player being designed by us that viewers watch on. So when we come on site to do an event, this is sort of our typical setup. We show up with two cameras. The one in the back is a wide shot capturing the stage, and then we have a second camera that's manned. And this allows the operator to get close-ups of the person speaking, as well as audience reaction shots for questions and that sort of thing. Carrie here is a webcast producer, and she is backstage taking all these feeds from the cameras, the presentation computers, adding graphics for branding. A lot of our clients find that they can help reduce the cost or eliminate the cost of the webcast by having someone sponsor the actual webcast. And then their logo is in the stream the entire time. And also, like I mentioned before, we have titles in lower thirds so people know who's speaking as they're doing the webcast. But she is really the most important role on site on the event day. She's also monitoring the stream to make sure that there are no issues with the reliability of the video for people trying to watch. Here you can see the branding. We had the awesome opportunity to be a part of a webcast for Val Bridal's event in Hampton over the weekend. And this was a mock-up we did for them using one of their images to show them what the branding would look like. In the future, there's a possibility if they wanted to continue doing webcasting, that maybe they could sell it to one of their sponsors, and then that would eliminate the cost. This is Zach Miller from Hatch. Great guy, awesome guy. I think a lot of people here probably know Zach. And this was a mock-up we did for his event, the State of the Startup Community Address, that was on Thursday at the Slover Library. But this is just to show you how we can have lower thirds introducing people. This Hatch is powered by Dominion. They're sponsored by Dominion Enterprises, so we wanted to keep that branding visible the entire stream up in the top right. This is one of our demo reels. That's on our website. I'll play just a little bit of it for you, but I don't want to take up too much time. Whoops. This is on our website, so if you want to take a look at it later, feel free to. But it just gives you a feel for some of the footage from some of our webcasts. This is definitely one of our most prized pieces of footage, getting to webcast the president from the National Academy of Sciences. There's some other great events in here. This is the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. We do a lot of work with organizations like that. And then this is actually a TED Talk. This is an act that was in between speakers at one of the TED Talks in DC.
Basically, what you have
And then this is Google Glass when it
multiple
first came out.
speakers. You
A
can
person
use the
introduced
voice,
Google Glass.
or you can use the touchpad on
So-
the right side.
That gives you a feel for some of the organizations we work with. Another great thing we did was a product release for Revlon. This was cool because we got to incorporate a wireless camera roaming around the event
Hey guys,
as the
it's
host
Juan. Some of you
interviews
guys may
people
know
at
this
the
is
event.
Juan TV from YouTube.
This is the format that we
I'm
used
so
at the Val
excited.
event
I'm
also,
gonna be you guys' tour guide
to
tonight.
interview
I'm out here in
sponsors
Washington,
at their
D.C. with
trade
Film
shows.
Maker and Look Lounge for the Shine and Color
Yeah,
event.
I won't
So
keep
excited. I hope you
playing
guys
this
are
video,
too.
but gives you a little bit of a feel for what's going on. So our principles, we want to charge fair prices, we want it to be reliable, we want the video to be compelling, and we want to be clever, because that's why we started in the first place. We didn't want to accept the status quo, the high prices, and we came up with a new way to do things. And we want to continue that. We want to keep finding out about new technologies, new ways of streaming, so we can continue to provide even better quality at lower prices. These are some of the things you get that I mentioned, multiple camera angles. One of the things that's a real big problem for webcasting is a lot of companies will say, hey, I need all the presenter slides and video ahead of time so that we can run them from our computer. That's really cumbersome because presenters are often making changes to their speeches up until the last minute. So we've eliminated that completely by tapping into the feed that's going to the projectors on site, and then we just incorporate that into the live stream so things can be changed essentially up to the last minute. I mentioned before our video player, and it works just like when you embed a YouTube video onto your site. We give you an embed code, and then you put it on your website, and that's where people view. We're on all the major browsers, Mac, PC, Android, iPhone. We give you analytics about who viewed your webcast, and we can integrate social networks like Twitter, Facebook, and we give you viewer statistics. And if you don't have a page for your webcast, we'll create one for you. You can check us out at www.sparkstreetdigital, where we've got a great quote calculator. So if you're interested in specific pricing based on your event, you can enter that info and get a real-time quote immediately. So thanks so much. I'd love to know from you guys if there's organizations in the area that you feel like have live events and would benefit from sharing them with an online audience. We'd love to connect with them.